The top wrestlers in all the country. Historic season by Spencer Lee. A perfect 16-0. He has won 54 straight. He'll wrestle for his third Big Ten title. And Liam Cronin ranks second in the country. They've met earlier this year. That was back on January 20th. It was a 38-second fall for Spencer Lee.
Well, one way to pin great wrestlers here, Liam Cronin is the solid wrestler. That bottom leg cradle here, you can see how flat he is. It only took 30 seconds. I think the Nebraska coaching staff is looking to slow this young man, Spencer Lee, down, but don't know how they're going to be able to do it.
There you see Liam Cronin.
From Nebraska, in the red corner, Liam Cronin. And out of the green corner, from the University of Iowa, Spencer Lee.
Looking at their path to this championship final, Spencer Lee, 37 points combined. Those look like football scores, 17 and 20. Cronin had to battle back in that first round match against Braxton Brown. He beat the Terp 11-7 and then knocked off the 6th seed Michael DiAugustino 2-1. And Liam Cronin, 20 and 3 this season. But guys, this is a different kind of animal in Spencer Lee.
Really is, and Spencer's just, he's been able to go ahead and get to that right leg, that's back there for Cronin. I think he's going to try to keep that back as much as possible. We mentioned it a couple times, Tim, how he likes to live in that left-handed underhook. He's got to find a way to get comfortable in some sort of tie here this match early. You can see his hands are really moving heavy, but when Spencer Lee grabs you, it's just another feel.
Well, we're talking about it. It's another level. It's not like Cronin isn't really good. He's really good. All these wrestlers that Lee has come through are really good. Lee's just at another level.
Leg attack there for Spencer Lee. Chest wrap from Liam Cronin.
He's got that just trying to get his head out to one side here. Chest wrap, as you mentioned, Shane. And since he's got both cheeks down on the mat right there and control here, referee Ray Santiago gives him the 2-point takedown.
Interesting observation, Jim. Right there with Liam Cronin. Gave up the 2. A lot of times a guy would give that up and go to his base, but against Spencer Lee, you can't do that.
Yeah, you're better off basically chest wrapping there and looking for that stalemate. Good point.
Here's what Spencer Lee's brought to Iowa. It's a dominance on top. He's always, when he takes them down, he's always looking for the points, always looking for the pin, put them to their back. It's just great for wrestling, and the timing of his coming to Iowa was big.
Yeah, and I think what's helped him is he's just so strong, and he's developed a tilt from this position. He doesn't necessarily have to have the arm trapped. He can collapse that arm against the opponent's torso, basically. Now he's got a one-on-one wrist ride. But once he seals his chest of a man's back, he basically rolls back and gets the points. Good job by Cronin getting the escape.
Gets the escape, 2-1 match. Spencer Lee has won 54 straight as the Hawkeye right back in on a single leg. Spencer Lee, 94 career victories, 38 of those ending in the first period. Good takedown and a return. Cronin rolls, 4-1 score.
Yeah, that's what I was talking about. He's got 4 wins, and the dominance that he brought to Iowa brought a dominant performance, a dominant style back when he came a few years ago, and it was really needed by the Hawkeyes at the time.
Spencer Lee, a 3-time national champion. He'll look to become the 5th to win 4 individual crowns. 13 days away in Tulsa, Oklahoma.
But if you notice throughout his career, he's been able to stop guys in those roll-through positions and put them on their back, right? I remember the big match he had with Nathan Tomasello in the NCAA, I think it was the semifinals. He basically caught Tomasello on his back. Guys try to roll through and do those things. They can get free with most guys, but Spencer traps them on their back.
This is a rarity. To show you how spectacular Spencer Lee is, he's got 4 points with 40 seconds left in the first period. We haven't seen this for quite some time. Cronin doing a nice job, but again, still giving up a couple of takedowns. Lee in control. He's at another level.
Well, the number 4 also is a rarity, and Spencer, pursuing that 4th national championship. Hawkeyes have had 7 3-timers. Joe Williams, one of them, is going into the Hall of Fame. Congratulations to Joe Williams. Bob Bowlesby, also the AD for several years there. And so he's in rare air there, but from an accolade standpoint, he'll stand alone if he wins that 4th national title.
over Barnett.
So Spencer Lee takes riding time over 2 minutes. A pair of takedowns leads it 4-1. And here's the club that he is looking to join, the Four Timers Club. Pat Smith of Oklahoma State, current head coach Cale Sanderson with the Nittany Lions. Kyle Dake did it at 4 weight classes. And Logan Stieber, we'll see him a little bit later on, perhaps in the corner for Sammy Sasso. Stieber, a 4-time Big Ten champion and 4-time national champion. Spencer Lee going on bottom here to begin this second period.
Nice job there, spiral right, stopping Lee's first moves, coming basically up and comes back around, and good footwork there, getting back around. But I don't think Lee wants to, or Cronin wants to go ahead and try to ride Lee too much. Look for him to get a little bit more active. Nice job of reacting to Lee's high crotch shot right there.
So many fantastic accolades for Spencer Lee. He's a 2-time Hodge Trophy winner, won the Sullivan Award. Just an incredible season. This is his final match before the national tournament, of course, in a couple of weeks. Just 5 more to go. If he times it right, he'll pick up his 100th career victory in winning his 4th national title.
Hey, Cronin's doing a nice job of measuring Lee's shot right there. You know, those are shots that he normally gets when he drops down on both knees.
Not many are able to work the head of Lee like Cronin has been too.
Yeah, he's got a 5-1 score right now, but now's the time he's got to go on his offense here in the second period with 50 seconds left. What's his go-to move here right now? And it's tough to work through that underhook. Remember, Cronin likes to have the underhook on the left-hand side himself. He's been able to get to it a couple times, hit some shots.
5-1 Spencer Lee, a couple of takedowns and an escape. Cronin's got that underhook. Now collar tie on the left side. Half a minute remaining here in the second period. Cronin, TJ, one of 5 Cornhuskers.
The Huskers 5 for 5 in the semis yesterday. Record-breaking performance for head coach Mark Manning.
Short time is Lee once again with a leg attack, trying to tack on 2 more short time.
That's what he's been able to do, is usually come out the back door there, but Cronin's measured that fairly well. Looking for a stalemate with 6 seconds left. Final seconds tick off the scoreboard.
We will see the third period in a Spencer Lee match. It's kind of fun watching him wrestle a little bit.
It really is, and I think Cronin's just doing a great job of testing him here. And you see that straight-on double, but it's still Spencer Lee. Just broke through right through that double that he'd probably get in 99% of the guys. But this is not the 99, it's the 1.
And we've talked about it, Jim and Shane, about here you are in the 6th and 7th year. A lot of guys aren't getting better in that time. Cronin has gotten better and better, and this year, the 6th-year senior is at the top of his game.
Coming out of California, Servite High School, went to Indiana, spent several years in Bloomington before making the move to Lincoln.
And he's heavy on that collar tie, guys. He's switching hands on it right there, left-hand collar tie. Comes back to the right-hand collar tie, hitting it, making Lee move a little bit like he hasn't had to move in a lot of his matches.
Spencer Lee this season 16-0, only 1 match was not a major decision. That was in the dual meet against Minnesota's Patrick McKee. There's a stall call on Spencer Lee.
Here's where the snaps and goes, the fakes, the snaps and goes. They've been working for Cronin all year.
Right there, he's able to get to a low shot. Again, with those iron-like hips of Lee, drops his hips, gets his feet out wide there. Now he's looking to go ahead and score. Drops in on a single leg himself, collects the other foot right there. This should be points.
There's 2 takedowns for Spencer Lee. Now up 7-1. Riding time is secured, so he's up 8-1. What a career it's been for Spencer Lee. The winning streak at 54 straight last night. He surpassed the aforementioned Joe Williams, as you mentioned, TJ, 3-time national champion.
Very much deserved National Wrestling Hall of Fame inductee coming up in June for Joe Williams.
Spencer Lee, that's 8th in the record books for longest win streak in Iowa history. Final seconds tick away. It'll be an 8-2 major decision. He's a 3-time Big Ten champion. Spencer Lee, 1 more box to check in Tulsa.
4-time Big Ten finalist, 3-time Big Ten and national champion, Iowa's Spencer Lee.
here at these championships.
Yeah, beating Lucas Bird, the two-time All-American from Illinois, the number 2 seed, Jesse Mendez from Ohio State. He's had a great tournament.
This is a different one, though, when you go up against our RBY, Roman Bravo Young. I mean, he's just cool, speed personified here out there, and he's, you know, I know he's going to be a little bit conscious what Nagao's low shot is, but, you know, when he puts the jumps on his go-behinds, on his shots, on his finish, really tough to beat.
RBY, last time he lost Big Ten Finals in Piscataway back in 2020. That's a Sebastian Rivera, who is the last guy to beat both Roman Bravo Young and Spencer Lee. Roman Bravo Young, a 4-time All-American, beating Dayton Fix of Oklahoma State to win both those national titles.
Yeah, Dayton Fix, a world silver medalist, and we're talking about RBY, just like Spencer Lee. They're next-level guys, and they've got the speed, the strength. I talk a lot about RBY being the fastest wrestler, just like that. From the time he pulled the trigger to when he got to the leg right here, now he's got to try to find that far ankle. But, man, there is no faster wrestler in the country.
Well, he runs to the shot, all right? If you take a look at his footwork, he just runs to that shot, gets a great angle. Now he's in a scramble position. He should be looking at a neutral danger call right there, past 90 degrees.
90 degrees, yes.
Yeah, and this is where we've seen the Penn State wrestlers really be effective here. And that goes potentially dangerous. No neutral danger call at all, but that's clearly past 90, guys.
I believe it was identified by the color.
Yeah.
It just didn't reach the count. Nagao from Esperanza High School, La Habra, California, 2-time California state champ. When I think about RBY, Tim, the word that comes to mind for me is dart. He's so quick.
That's what I'm talking about. I mean, it's that you pull the trigger and he's boom, he's there.
No score. Coming up on the 1-minute mark here in this first period.
And the difference at the next level, and I'm talking about the senior level, is speed, is strength, athleticism. RBY's got it all.
We'll reset with 59 seconds. Aaron Nagao, one of 2 gophers. We'll see Michael Blockhus at 149 pounds as these guys go ear to ear in a collar tie off the whistle.
Heavy collar tie there by Nagao. And he's not putting a lot of forward pressure on to, RBY in this situation. He's just basically holding his ties right there. Not a lot of pushing in where he can be misdirected and fall victim to the, an angle of attack here by RBY. So quickly at getting to the angle that he wants to get to. And then, like you're talking, Tim, just the dart. There's the straight-on shot right there. Fought off really well by Nagao.
Very nice job because he was in there as fast as you can get in there, but great hips reaction by Nagao.
Trying to bring him back inside the circle and out of bounds. And that is a stall call on Nagao. He'll take that.
He'll take that in that sequence there, but really impressive. What you're seeing a lot of now in college wrestling, when they get to that edge, they'll go ahead and tug, and when they feel you release that pressure and want to dive up on top of them, get a little bit higher, that's when they'll square back up and meet that contact and try to catch you halfway.
Late shot here in the final 5 seconds. He gets the double loop and scores the 2. RBY just pulled the trigger.
He really pulled the trigger and got in on that single and cut across the double, had the low legs. Man, it's fast to get to both legs, Jim.
Yeah, look at the feet move, though. Look at the feet move, and look at the dive, and look how much territory he took there in the last 2 seconds. You mentioned, Shane, last 5 seconds there in short time. In that last 2 seconds, he must have moved 12 feet.
Coming into these championships, RBY in dual meets scored 87 takedowns, only gave up 2, didn't give up a single takedown in the dual meets in the second or third periods. It's an incredible stats, and that's short time scoring. If you're a young kid watching at home, win those final 15 seconds.
Well, what I love was the adjustment, okay? He tried to do the single leg a couple times, and what we always talk about here, if the guy's really tough on that single, you got to get to 2 right away, all right? And that was a straight-on freight train double leg. Caught Nagao off balance. Great adjustment.
We saw Nagao last night against Mendez. He was very good in that top position. He's good on his feet. 5th at the U23 World Championships this past October, so pretty slick himself.
Yeah, he's had some timely takedowns, and his wheelhouse is on top.
So it's going to be interesting because we're going to see how much respect that RBY has for that top game.
Look at RBY once again. Lightning quick finishes. His second takedown, now 4-0.
That's really important, along with you're riding a guy that's really tough in the top position. You got to score those points in the first 5 minutes of the match. You don't want this to go to a situation where you're going down against Nagao. But I think right now with the 4-0 lead and amassing a little bit of riding time himself, it'd be interesting what the attitude is of Roman Bravo Young. You can't ride me. I'm Roman Bravo Young.
RBY has that left ankle.
Drop down 2.
This is the first meeting between these two as RBY hustles back to the center of the Resolite. Short time, 21 seconds.
Face B.
And again, this is the part of his wrestling that has gotten better over his career. His ability to control his opponents, always able to have the, we saw the darting, the spectacular quickness from his feet. But this is where he's really improved, and it's helped him win championships.
Nagao trying to get that little edge, one caution. I like to see that. You got a guy like RBY so good on top. 21 seconds. Somehow, some way, it'd be huge to get an escape.
You're saying you would have had some cautions back in your day.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Average caution should be about 2.3. Of course, the third one is a point, but use those cautions. Try to get that edge. Anticipate. Look at Nagao here in short time, trying to square up guys with a whizzer.
Yeah, but he's got the arm all the way across, but that's going to get the lock the hands call there. Great work by Nagao, recognizing that.
Good things happen when you wrestle.
Yeah, he's committed to, he knows his opponent's committed to riding him in the top position. Dropped down to his knees right there and got the easy call.
I always like the way that RBY looks, so cool. Well, I think Nagao is matching him with the coolness. You know, when he was walking back, RBY ran back to the center. I don't mind it when I see somebody like Nagao gather himself, walk back. I'm cool, and he's doing a nice job.
Interesting conversation there with Luke Becker and Aaron Nagao as far as what decision to make. Nagao's going to go on top.
Which, going back there, that RBY took neutral in the second period. So now down here, and this is going to be, we're ending up in this position anyway by default because now Nagao wants to be in top. He's got that left hand leg, that left leg in there. He's going to try to go head and arm.
The riding time has not met criteria, so Nagao down 4-1. If somehow, some way he could get a turn, well, he is punishing on top.
The way he likes to do it, Shane, is he likes to go ahead and put both legs in. Right now, he's just got one leg in. He likes to work that power half awful hard, but he's got Bravo Young's knees flared out the way you want to have. He's kind of got his hips up to the right proper position. And the referee's going to call a stalemate.
You know, Jim, you've mentioned it, RBY's maturity. We loved his action and flipping over and everything, but he is understanding where he's at. He's very disciplined right here.
Yeah.
He's grown in that area.
Well, but again, going back to that choice he made in the second period by going neutral, he has respect for this top game that he's feeling right now.
RBY to his feet, returned there by the Gopher. RBY pops right back up.
Right now, the responsibility is on Nagao to go ahead and get a mat return. He slides him back right down. A little sag, leg in.
Been able to ride RBY for the first minute 15 here in this third period, but he needs a turn. He's down by 3. Nagao's had a great season. 18-3 on the year, won the Bison Open, was third at the Scuffle.
Opportunity for Roman Bravo Young to try to score. He's going to try to get to the center of the mat. Now Nagao pushes him back. There's the left hand on the middle of the mat right there on the edge.
There you see that drop down counts. Just reached 4.
Drop down 1. Drop down 2.
Count begins again. And there's the 5 count, so it is a stall call on Nagao. And that will be a point for RBY.
All finished on mat number 2. Riding time.
Roman Bravo Young this season 15-0 with 12 bonus point victories. So a really good effort from Liam Cronin. Seeing another solid effort here from Aaron Nagao.
Guys, not many people ride Roman Bravo Young anymore. This was a heck of a performance, and there's those both legs that we talked about being in there before here, what he likes to do. Well, this young man has showed himself well to go for singlet.
He gets the riding time point, so it's a 5-2 final. Roman Bravo Young, now a 3-time Big Ten champion. He'll look for national title number 3 in Tulsa. We're going to miss these guys in the Big Ten.
Really are. I mean, just the coolness and poise of Roman Bravo Young, the quickness, the athletic ability. I think we're going to see it in other disciplines.
141 pounds. A 1 versus 3 matchup. Real Woods, he's been sensational since coming to Iowa City from Stanford, where he won 2 Pac-12 titles, undefeated 15-0. And Brock Hardy, 27-4. This is the second meeting between these two. Back in January, 6-4, it was the Hawkeye prevailing on that night, Jim.
Yeah, there were moments in this match here where Hardy really had an opportunity. That was one. He had a cradle locked up here, but Real Woods rolled through on it. And, of course, he's done an excellent job here in the top position. That's really one of the things I've been really impressed with him. Getting those back points, really tough to beat. This will be strategic in many ways, but I think Hardy's going to have his opportunities to keep it close and actually get a lead. He wasn't able to take advantage of it last time.
His opponent out of the green corner from the University of Iowa, Real Woods.
£141 brackets. Real Woods got the pin in his first match. Shut out Frankie Tulshahar to set up this championship final with Brock Hardy. For Hardy, 12-0 and 7-3. He looked really good, Jim, in that match against the Nittany Lion.
He really did. And Bartlett, great athlete here, a lot like Woods there. Likes to take a lot of shots. And this is what I've been impressed with Real Woods. The forward pressure, and you see just right there, Hardy, good read on that. Hit that little shuck, got to the side, almost had to go behind.
We're accustomed to seeing really quick periods with Real Woods. Here's a leg attack, and then he gets to work with his tilts.
I was talking to Mark Ironside, the 2-time national champion, Hodge Trophy winner, who's on the radio for the Hawkeyes, and he said the influence of Spencer Lee coming into this program, the workout partners, but the ability to get on top and turn, the influence of Spencer Lee has been huge on Real Woods.
Yeah, you can really see it as he brings Hardy down to the Resolite for the first takedown in this 141-pound final. And now Woods will get to work on top. Woods was a 2-time All-American at Stanford, first team in 2020, and then a 6th-place finish.
And this is where Hardy's been showing some, improvement here, able to get out from the bottom, see if he can drop his hips, because the longer this goes, he's putting a lot of energy out there. And Shane, that looks like a head lever right there.
That's a pretty good-looking coffee grinder there on the right side from Real Woods, trying to set up a tilt.
It seems he's attacking that, knocking him down, not just going with the head there, his head lever behind the tricep there. He's really trying to knock him off his base with his left arm there, inside thigh. Come to the inside, so plenty of time there, but, the longer this goes, the more energy that Hardy's doing. He's looking for a reversal here. Now we're in a huge scramble situation. Careful on those knees.
And Hardy's got to be careful. His riding time is over a minute. As Woods was flirting with some near fall.
Yeah, right now I think Hardy would be best just to kind of ditch the position here. Dude, he can't get off the mat. Allowed himself to get his wrist tied up. Wow, very close.
Inside of a minute here in this first period. As Woods continues to work on top, now we'll come back to the center.
Yeah, and then here's the brick thrown in there. There's pretty close to being 2 back points right there on the swipes. Well, I think that's what Coach Brand saw from the corner.
Well, we've seen the intensity, the tenacity of Real Woods from the get-go. On the whistle, he has been after him. He was going to get that first takedown. He got it fast. He works hard on top. That's hard on your opponent.
Let's take a look at that sequence on the edge of the mat right now. Right now, with the control, that's a 1 count, and you could make a case that that was 2.
Really close.
Really close, maybe close enough to not get it, but I understand why you'd make that call right there. 2 additional back points right now is huge in this match.
Another look.
See how he's over the top of him really comfortably. And you see referee Michael Chase didn't get over there.
Confirmed, no near fall.
No near fall. Yeah. To the disappointment of the Hawkeye fans.
1.998 swipes.
So 55 seconds here off this restart. Woods wrestled at Montini Catholic in Illinois, where he won 3 state titles for Izzy Martinez and the Broncos.
Opportunity here for Hardy to go ahead and drop his hips out, see what he does. Get rid of that tight waist and make a turn to your left. But a lot of guys have difficulty here with this right-hand ride that he has. You mentioned that head lever, Shane, that he also goes to. Going to drop right into it. If he doesn't get it, he's going to go ahead and attack that left ankle. Right there.
25 seconds, want to finish these periods on top.
Woods, and, you know, when he's looking at this type of ride right here, he knows right where he is. He's going to be tenacious on top because he can lock and load and tilt him in the last 5 seconds too.
Yeah, I think Hardy's not in a good position here with his knees flared out wide. That's really not the way you want to try to fight this, but you got to be careful because this is what happens when you give up that 2-on-1. Now just another 1 count. Oh, he got it that time.
Gets the 2 awarded, and now the challenge brick comes in from the Cornhuskers corner.
Right on call. You cannot relax. He did just what I said. He locked, load, tilt, and in the last 5 seconds probably got the 2 count.
Well, that could have been 1.98 as well, or 2.02.
Another close call.
Yeah, 2-on-1. He rolls through.
From the red corner.
1, 2. Clearly 2.5 swipes.
It might be a time thing. Clock. We'll have to look at that.
I agree with you, Tim. I think he clearly gets the...
He got the 2 swipes. We know that. And that shows you how dangerous, how good Woods is.
Short time scoring. We saw it from RBY. Now we're seeing it from Real Woods. You find a way to win those final 15 seconds.
And I haven't seen anybody that's any better in controlling a match up 4-0 than Real Woods has been and will be in the final 2 periods.
Another guy that stands out that can dominate you 2-0 is Max Dean. We'll see him in the final at 197.
Yeah, well, these guys, though, I think what you're saying, maybe saying, Tim, is that the way he's been able to hold his leads.
Yes.
You know, when the match gets physical, the guy's down, right? Now he's going to wipe that off, all right? So,
think about how close Real Woods was to getting 4 near fall points.
I don't know.
Missed it by centimeters.
Great, all you.
They flip the disc, it comes up green, and the Hawkeye will go on bottom.
Of course, it had to be a time thing. It had to be on the clock there. Yeah, and Real Woods now underneath, and this is where Hardy is really good. He likes to throw in the legs and get those cradles.
Yeah, you got to be looking what Hardy's working that leg in. You see Woods.
And now he gets a 1 count.
Yeah, 1 count. He's got to try to settle back here. Going to try to work that left hand inside that elbow. You see that left hand kind of come inside that left elbow right there, trying to get to a 2-on-1.
You know what we like about these guys? They ride hard and they're looking to turn.
And they're also working really hard in the bottom position to get out. Look how hard Woods is working right here. He's coming hard, but now is he going to stay out of this Gene Mills half?
Woods trying to fight off Hardy. No, Hardy brings him down to the mat.
And he's got a bottom leg Turk right in there. Right now he's going to try to break that left arm over, get it close to the body, keep himself elevated right there.
To elevate that left leg.
Elevate that bottom leg right there. His grip on it basically is below the knee, which makes it tougher to turn. Right now, it wouldn't be surprised if he reaches back for that ankle that's floating up there, pinning it to the mat, maybe giving a better chance, but now he comes back to the leg line.
Been able to ride him for 1:15 in this period. 45 seconds left here in the second period.
He also has a pretty good figure 4 and scissors right there. It gets the stalling call on Woods. I think Woods has been working pretty hard down there. It's just tough to get out of a really good guy like Hardy.
Yeah, Hardy doing a nice job of elevating that back leg so he keeps Woods stretched out.
Yeah, see how he's keeping his knees off the mat. A lot of times guys will fall right there once the knees drop.
Riding, it's the equalizer, Jim.
There he is.
Short time, down to 15 seconds. Woods has been hit for stalling once.
3-2 match.
Riding time down to 30 seconds, so Hardy's been able to erase the majority of The Hawkeyes riding time. Another stall call. The second, the final 5 seconds. We got ourselves a 2-1 match to the third.
Strong second period.
You can give the Hardy family that call right there.
That is his wife, Courtney, there on the left. Their hearts are pumping. I can promise you that. We start neutral here, third period.
This is what we talked about earlier in the match, where Woods has been so good, being able to go ahead and hold his leads, presenting himself, not getting pushed around out there. But this is a little bit different situation right now.
Shot there from Woods.
Just feels different right now. Hardy getting that confidence by being up in the top position. Woods has never had to work that hard in the bottom position.
Yeah, that takes something out of you.
Certainly does, and we want to take advantage of it early if you got a guy wavering a little bit.
Watch your hands.
This is where that's what Woods does. Like there, he drops to that knee, sometimes drops to the hand, gets you reacting to it.
Strong
There it is, right there. That little drop right there does a lot for him, keeping his opponent at bay.
Normally, though, Woods does not have a stall call and a point against him at this time, so the attention is on him.
Shot here from Hardy on a single leg.
It gets the cradle as well, here, but it's not improving his position on the leg. Now trying to shelf it, he's got to try to limp it out.
He's got 50 seconds to work with in the defense from Woods.
And if he can push him off, he may get the stall call.
Working an underhook on the right side.
Boy, Woods is really difficult to push around, isn't he? Look at that.
2-1 match. 35 ticks here in regulation.
Hardy needs an attempt here really bad the next 10 seconds.
There
it
it
is.
30 seconds.
The other side.
Pass for that far knee.
Right, now he shelves
A
it.
single. Limp on.
Again, Hardy on the leg.
And a roll from Woods. They're scrambling late in this final.
Guy who gets his head up. Yeah, guy who gets his head up is going to win this scramble, and it looks like it's going to be Woods if he can plant on his hand. He's got to get up on his hand.
10 seconds.
Inside of 10 seconds.
Hardy just left that left leg back, able to get the roll through. It's not going to be enough. Great match.
What an effort. What a match. Real Woods, a two-time Pac-12 champion, and now he's a Big Ten champion. 2-1, Woods over Hardy. Challenge break comes in from Nebraska.
We will get a coach's challenge from the red
So they will
corner.
figure that out on the video. What a way to start these Big Ten finals, guys.
That was just an excellent match, and loved the misdirection shot. Okay, went to a shot on the other side, but right here, Woods gets up on his hand. See how he's on his elbow right now? Recognizes his head's a little bit low, but he gets up on his hand. Gets his elevation right there. Gets up on his hand. That gives him a better situation to be able to roll back in to Hardy. And again, Hardy was almost there, but just gave up that left ankle.
And you make that point, Jim. If you can't get your head up, back pressure into the man.
Good job, Shane.
I listen.
I love it.
There it is, official.
Real Woods and Hardy.
From Iowa.
Wouldn't mind seeing these guys meet again. It could very well happen in Tulsa. What a great start. 3 awesome matches to kick things off in these finals. 149 pounds, Sammy Sasso. Wrestling in the Big Ten Finals for the 4th time. He won the title in 2021. Wrestling 6th seed, Michael Blockhus. Last Gopher to win at 149 pounds. Highly combustible material handled with extreme care, Jim.
There it is, Dylan Ness here, the little gator bacon that used to signify his ability, great defense, always looking for the pin. Boy, was he exciting to watch. Dylan Ness.
Remember that final in Champaign?
And ladies and gentlemen,
They got excitement in their family with Jason Ness winning the national title with right at the end. Dylan Ness, they know how to bring drama.
Michael Blockhus. His opponent out of the red corner for Ohio State, Sammy Sasso.
Sammy planning on being there a while here, bringing the backpack.
149 pounds, the number 1 seed, Sammy Sasso. Impressive semifinal win against Max Mirren 8-2. And for Blockhus, beat the All-American Yaya Thomas. And then got Graham Rooks, who upset the reigning Big Ten champion Austin Gomez. And here he is in the championship final.
Yeah, Blockhus 2 number 6 seeds for the Gophers in the finals. We saw Nagao and now Blockhus. That's the 2 lowest seeds to get into the finals. The Gophers corner in that market.
And he struggled a little bit in the beginning of the year. He had a difficult time kind of getting his groove on here, but this is the best he's looked all season. Finishing his single leg attempts and pretty tough to beat out. Oh, it drops back into a double leg off of a Sasso snap.
That's what he does. He has a high rate of fire power, and boy, comes right in.
We've been seeing that with him recently. Think back, TJ, to the duel we did in Madison. He did that. I believe it was yesterday, last night he did that.
Right on the whistle.
Yes, fires quickly. First 10 seconds, he's getting to his offense. He's up 2-0 as they wrestle on the edge. Front trip as Sasso back to his feet, and Blockhus will give the escape 2-1.
Sasso on the board.
Blockhus, out of high school, he won 3 Iowa State titles, then went to UNI, was a 2020 NWCA Honorable Mention All-American at 141. Wrestling really well for Brandon Eggum and the Gophers as of late. 60 seconds in, he's up 2-1.
And one thing I like about that shot selection to go into the double leg right away, straight on double, off the collar tie. But, you know, Sasso is one of those guys that cuts the corner on you. That's what he does.
As good as anyone.
He's expert. You know, the way he puts pressure back into his opponent when you're jumping in on the single leg. So if you're going after one leg, you're really playing into Sasso's game. What did he do? Went straight after the 2 legs.
These guys wrestled last February of 22. It was 10-4 Sasso. That's their only meeting previous before this final.
And Sasso does a really nice job on defense and good position. So beating the whistle, that quick start for Blockhus was very important because he caught Sasso off guard.
Sasso goes underhook, right side.
He's really working that arm down, that right arm of Blockhus down. He likes to work this body lock position. Very effective here. See him working that hand down, the right hand of Blockhus really pushing that down. Now Blockhus doing the same here to him, so they're going to work out of that position.
Sammy Sasso, so consistent, 3 consecutive seasons with over 20 wins. Here for the 4th time in these Big Ten finals. He is a workhorse. He's an Iron Man.
And he's the face of the program, has been the face of the program since he came in, and a leader, a captain, and you're right. He's the guy that everybody looks to.
Great job of switching off that. Now he's in a position. It looked like he was done. They're looking for a stalemate. Now he switches off and goes to the other side and is now shelving that leg and showing a lot of balance. Right now, see him just squatting back, and just that pressure, squatting back, getting it good on. So off the ground with the rear end, he collects the points.
Inside of 15 seconds, another short time score puts Sasso ahead. Here's a roll from Blockhus.
Head and arm lock right there. See how he's got his hands locked over the head and arm.
3 unanswered from Sasso with an escape and a takedown. Finishes period on top. The recipe to getting atop the podium at the Big Tens. Blockhus will go on bottom. Blockhus, 3-time national qualifier, 17-4 this season. Champion at the Bison Open, was 5th at the Big Tens a year ago in Lincoln.
And this is what Sammy's always been able to do, is be effective in the top position. You know, good returns. See how he snuck that leg in there off of that turn there by Blockhus. Now he's trying to fight to try to get a 2-on-1. He looks like he does get it to clear off of his ankle. Now he comes off to the side with it.
Has that near ankle scooped up.
You saw Sammy look over in the corner and say, hey, I'm okay, you know. When you look over in the corner, you see the guys have been working with, you know, since he came into the room. 6 national championships.
Good work there by Blockhus coming out. I was wondering when he's going to hit that Gazzoni type move where he brings that arm lap dropped over the top.
Wait a minute. You tease me about coffee grinder and you use Gazzoni? Really,
Hall
Jim?
of Famer.
Really,
all right,
Jim?
he's in the Hall of Fame, dude. Right? Okay, from doing that. He has his name just like a Peterson roll, okay? People name moves after people, not kitchen utensils, all right?
Inside of a minute, 3-3 as Blockhus escapes the tie the score.
I love you like a brother, man. we just, neither one of us can let this go. Hard underhook there by Blockhus.
Sasso from Nazareth, Pennsylvania, won a couple of state titles for Coach Crowell.
Center, guys. Work center.
Half a minute remaining. They're in the second period. Underhook right side here from Sasso. He's got the right wrist of the Gopher Blockhus. Goes back to that body lock position.
Beautiful down. Oh, my.
Blockhus.
Talk about dropping your level and attacking the hips.
Yeah, you see what he does, though. He gets a little angle there off of the upper body tie.
17 seconds, guys. Takedown from Blockhus inside of 20 seconds. Now, can he keep this 2-0 lead? Expect some fireworks late in the second period.
The drop down is okay in this situation.
Yes,
yeah, going to use this to your advantage, but wow, this is where that was amazing to be able to get out of that.
Huge answering escape from Sasso to make it a 1-point match to the third.
Let's take a look at that takedown, Tim. You mentioned that drop down. I was really impressed with the angle he took. Look how he goes ahead and pushes down on that. He's trying to hunt that the right ankle right there. He catches it and drops down and drives through. That was just gorgeous.
And he knew right where that ankle was.
Yes.
He didn't have to even look. He just darted his hand there, caught it, drove through.
A little circle, created a little space. There's his answering escape. So
a couple of good quick escapes by Sasso. Has him right in position. It's going to be settled on the feet.
This is going to be fun. Both guys looking for their offense right now in their third period. 5-5.
Talked about Spencer Lee looking to join that four-timers club. One of those guys is in the building. Logan Stieber in the corner for Sammy Sasso. Assistant coach under Tom Ryan in the Buckeyes. He's in the corner along with two-time national champion Jay Jaggers. Sammy's got 6 titles in his corner.
Yeah, and in the room when he came, he probably didn't get 6 takedowns in the first year he was there working out with those two.
1:15 left in the third. Here's a look at Logan Stieber. He's there in the black, leaning forward, trying to will on Sasso to his second Big Ten title.
Your hands have got to move with your feet for both guys. They've got to, can't get locked up right now. And I like the way Blockhus is moving, but Sasso always like the way he moves.
Another shot here from Blockhus on a single leg.
Got to be careful about getting the corner cut on him now at the waterfall position. Right up over the top of him.
We're down to 45 seconds.
Yeah, Jim, the first thing that Blockhus did right was not allow Sasso to get to the point to be able to cut the corner.
Yeah. Usually likes to tuck the guy's head to the outside and cut the corner off that. So I'm looking for a Sasso shot right there.
Gets a little extended underneath, now crunched under into that front headlock.
Setting up for good finishes on both
Sasso getting a little bit better elevation right now. And this is what he does a great job of. Watch for some sort of misdirection type move. Making Blockhus think he's going one direction. He's going to reshoot back in.
Less than 30 to go there.
We are 10 seconds away from sudden victory.
Neither of these guys have slowed down.
No, they haven't given an inch. I love the competition going on right now. The strategy's been good. The quick escapes have been super.
Short time scoring. They toe the line. 2 minutes on the clock. Off the whistle. Here comes Blockhus. Just like he did to start the match. Single leg.
It's back to a single leg, though, right?
Yep.
So that helps Sasso.
That was a great job by Sasso catching the Blockhus' right wrist there and keeping it a single leg.
Notice how he turned the hip in at that point in time. So big, hard clubs right there.
Blockhus has really been coming after him.
Another attack here from the Gopher.
Now he's
Pops his head to the outside.
Oh, this is where Sammy Sasso's good.
He is. Gets that shoulder to the outside of the knee, but you see that right hand right there. He's going to give up his position to be able to go and create a little elevation right now. Blockhus cannot just hang in on the leg. He's got to try to improve his position. Sasso warming down. Look at that knee coming out right there. The knee is out. He's got an opportunity to score. Driving back in.
The wedged him there and got the two.
Sammy Sasso for the second time in his career, a Big Ten champion.
Your champion for
In sudden
Ohio
victory,
State.
7-5 for the Buckeyes.
Sammy Sasso.
Guys, this is just unbelievable. The way he consistently does it, this winning takedown here, look at the counter, but focus on his right knee, right there. See how it's to the outside right now? Watch him now come hard, right, works on the grip, and then limps that leg, that right knee out of position, right? See how it gets to the outside? Now he's putting pressure on the outside, above the elbow, on the arm of Blockhus. So intricate in detail here, so well thought out.
Presenting the awards at one.
We are. And looking forward to this matchup, guys. First time they have met.
Levi Haines couldn't have met many people. Last year he was wrestling in high school. Here he is running out in front of 10,000 plus fans for the Big Ten title as a true freshman against the #1 ranked wrestler in the country, Peyton Robb.
Robb's been fantastic. Won the Cliff Kane. Before that, won the Navy Classic. 4th at the tournament last year. Jimmy had that great scrap with Ja'Cory Teamer. This guy puts it on the line.
He really does, and because he gets going early in the match. And Haines is not one to slow down a match either here. He gets after his attacks. He loves to attack. Head to the outside shot to Robb's right leg. Expect him to go ahead and do that. I'm sure Robb's well aware of it here. He's also got a sweet little swing single to the left leg of Robb. But this has got to be about Robb right now, establishing dominance in this match here. There's that shot there by Levi Haines. Gets the lead leg. Scrambling ability of Robb. Look at the shelving job right there. The chest wrap and roll through into a whizzer.
Able to square up. Haines keeps that single leg.
Great hip pressure there by Robb. Nice job to get closer to neutral.
And Levi Haines, a strong young man, to go ahead and bring that up and try to come out the back door. Again, if you want to make an impression as the upperclassman here against the freshman, and we know that Robb is an excellent rider. He gets out quickly, so he got that working for him. But on the feet is where this, if you can establish dominance, this is where you have to do it.
We talked with Peyton on Big Ten Wrestling and Beyond, and told Rick Pizzo about his commitments to the top position. Good exchange right there. Midway through this first period, we're 0-0. But that's his path to victory. He's just really stingy, maintains good position, gets the takedown, he can ride you. Those quick escapes, it's not fancy, Jim, but it's well executed.
Well, if you're not successful with that takedown in that first period, you always have that to go to. So it really kind of gives you a takedown advantage. You can give up a takedown in a match and still get a quick escape, another quick escape, get a riding time point, still win the match. So you're really up a takedown.
And nothing new here, TJ. A young, talented Nittany Lion. Here's the recent batch. He's one of them.
Yeah, Levi Haines just did a really nice job in this first period of getting on the attack, because Robb's better when he's on the attack. He keeps pressure on you, and Haines, best way to take it away is you go on the attack, and Haines did that well. Young freshman. A couple of Nittany Lions that have been freshmen in the finals are coming up. That's Starocci and Brooks, but they were redshirt. This guy's a true freshman.
He's a hammer with those collar ties. I like the way he's moving. Levi Haines.
Short time. 15 seconds here in this first period.
Yeah, just in January is when they decided.
Shot here from Peyton Robb on a single leg. Can he convert?
Good balance so far here by Haines. He's going to get dropped there. He didn't give up the far ankle. Got to the waist. Can he keep the legs in? No.
They're going to throw.
Out of real estate. Here comes the brick.
How many bricks does Nebraska have?
They saved him for the finals.
That's right.
Kind of reminds me of that story, Jim, once you told me about keeping your voice for the finals when you're coaching in that corner. That's what they're doing with their bricks, saving them.
He pops the hips in. I'm not so sure he had control at the end of it here, and I think that right toe might have slid out. So you can see Mike Chase basically looking down and pointing towards it right there. And he's helping.
2-1 lead on that number 2.
And that is so close. Love the transition there from Robb late in that period. Low shot.
I think you'll see that
It's
again.
the body. No takedown.
I think it's an accurate call.
Game of inches. After the first 3 minutes, scoreless in the first period of this 157-pound final. And Haines will go on.
Or you see Robb. No,
His
I'm
choice.
going down.
Peyton Robb's a guy that we have seen with Ja'Cory Teamer of Arizona State. We saw him in Saldate with a nice exchange. He just really respects the game.
Respects the game. He's a sportsman. Beautiful roll through. That's where he does what he does so well. Gets out so quickly. When you try to do a mat return on him, Shane, he brings his knees up and goes right into that roll through. Just beautiful.
10-second escape. Robb on the board, 1-0. His quick escapes. There's a shot from Haines. Goes right back to that 2-on-1.
Yeah, so Robb has shown a shot to the right leg, and then he's gotten to the ankle, of the left ankle of Levi Haines on that last one. So gone to both sides since he had success shooting to that left leg of Haines. I think I look for him to come back to that.
What have you appreciated, TJ, watching Robb over the years? He's a savvy veteran.
Just because he keeps coming at you, and he loves, like you said, he loves to wrestle, but he keeps coming at you. He's just a dog. He loves the sport, and I just appreciated the way he's gotten better. I think getting fourth last year in the NCAA's disappointed him. He went to work. He's just gotten that much better, but he went to work last March for this year.
Well, it's been difficult for him, just to get that forward pressure. You got to respect the job that Haines has done, not giving up that 2-on-1, right?
35 seconds remaining here in this second period. Just that quick escape from Robb. Robb out of Owatonna, Minnesota.
Just generally speaking, I think that what Nebraska has done over the last year, since last year, we've seen Cronin and Brock Hardy have good finals, and Nebraska having 5 in the finals. Mark Manning, Travell, DeLakenov, Brian Snyder, and staff.
I think that's a good point, and I think we know that the battle for third and fourth place trophies in the NCAA is going to be pretty stiff. 8, 10 teams could possibly do it, but Nebraska finished 5th last year, and they look even better team-wise this year.
1-0 to the third period.
And they're without Ridge Lovett, but they're not. There's Coach Manning back in the tunnel.
And he lives and dies with every single second. Coach Manning rocking the sweater vest as always. Here's Haines starting period on bottom. And this is where Robb, good mat return.
Yep, looking for an inside wrist. Good work here by Haines. Now he's going to give up that little front trip. These are all things he's felt before in that Penn State wrestling room. Good job of covering the fingers, and when you cover the fingers, you get your feet moving.
Solid work by the young Nittany line to tie this one up at 1.
Can you imagine how that young man may have celebrated when he got an escape from Carter Starocci? If he's got one.
If he's got one.
Came close to it.
Talk about rooms.
Or Max Dean. I don't think he'd go underneath the 197-pounder, but maybe he does. Pick the poison in that Penn State room.
I just get one from Casey Cunningham,
They're without Ridge Lovett, the 149-pounder who's redshirting, but I don't think they're without him. His influence in the room, his attitude has helped them be where they're at right now. It's kind of like the entire Nebraska feeling. Who's influenced them greatly in the last decade? Of course, Jordan Burroughs, 2-time NCAA champion, 10-time world and 7-time world champion and Olympic champion. That influence is seen right here.
1-1 as these guys have traded escapes inside of 40 seconds in regulation.
And that shot by Robb is being measured pretty well by Haines. Okay, I wouldn't go back to that one.
30 seconds to go.
Trying to get to the back leg.
1-1 in our championship bout.
That's what he feels right now, because that's what Haines likes to do, is attack, re-attacks there, and get to that lead leg of Robb.
Shot from the Cornhusker. We saw sudden victory at 149. And we're 10 seconds away from doing it again here at 157.
Look at the way Haines measures his stance there. Gets a hand down the mat there. Always not giving up position, not coming out of his stance.
7 minutes, not enough time to decide this one as they put him center of the mat. Here we go with 2 minutes and sudden victory.
Measuring his stance, go into the tie. Oh, that shot was there that time. Did you see him walk into it? Haines could finish that thing in a phone booth.
Robb was so close to a takedown, didn't get it.
17 on the restart on that one.
One headlock. Oh, yeah, he's got a nice sucker right there. Now a single leg position there. Roll through. Squared up.
And Haines plants him into the mat. 2 takedown for the Nittany Lion. Levi Haines, your Big Ten champion.
Beating the #1 ranked wrestler in the nation.
Just a feat of strength in there on that move.
Levi Haines here at 165.
You have to be impressed with Kennedy's ability here. You know, he had a real physical match against Cam Amin. You know, that was just a brawl there, a 3-2 match. He was able to go ahead and score late in that one. But Hamiti, I mean, who would have? I mean, I wasn't thinking when I saw him going against Carson Harshla in the semifinals. I said, no way. He scored 14 points in that match. He's just a point-scoring machine. Love his body style in the sport. Tall, rangy, covers a lot of ground. And, you know, with that range, he's able to get really good quick ankles and really so good in the top position, always looking for cradles and taking guys to their back.
These two meeting for the second time this season. They met in the duel in Madison. It was Hamiti over Kennedy 4-3. Both these guys during the season have fell to David Carr of Iowa State.
Straight on shot by Hamiti right there. Able to go ahead and limp his arm out there. Right, now he's got both arms out, not even worried too much. He's got that ankle in the armpit trying to make a turn.
No control.
Kennedy's got that right ankle.
Yeah, but look for him to try to push back in, more back pressure.
No control.
Try to come out the back door.
No control.
Looks like he's settling for a stalemate, but Nick Grosso is not having any of it. And called potentially dangerous.
Such contrasting styles here. We talked about Hamiti here. Kennedy I've been so impressed with because he continued to get better. He's a scoring machine, but so is Hamiti coming out the back door.
Hamiti's so good in all positions. A little bit of funk to him. We'll reset with 123. Hamiti from Joliet, Illinois. Joliet Catholic Central won 3 Illinois state titles. COVID kept him from winning 4. And of course, a 4-time state champion from Casson Manorville is Patrick Kennedy.
Already Hamiti shot to both legs, was able to get in there, coming out the back door. Given a lot for Kennedy to think about in this first 2 minutes of the match.
Another shot there from Hamiti into the chest of the Hawkeye.
Yeah, this is an important position for a really nice job by Hamiti because I think Kennedy had him where he wanted, but Hamiti was able to get under that front headlock and come in.
And the driving power that we see him sometimes take a ton of territory where he moves 10 or 12 feet to get to a leg. That was sheer power here. Quick, short, choppy steps here to bolt Kennedy over. Now he's getting points. He should get I've got a count there, but
Levi got one swipe. Jim didn't get the 2, just missing out on near fall as he rides on the edge. 30 seconds left in the first. Hamiti keeping that left toe in as long as he can, but they run out of Resolite. Let's go back to the center.
Here we go.
Kennedy with that loss to Carr, his other to Hamiti in that dual meets. Hamiti's other loss to Quincy Monday. That was in the Midlands finals, and then he lost in the dual meet to Camamina, Michigan.
Good escape situation here for Kennedy.
It was a good job there. He's on the board, 2-1 score.
And that was one of those situations where Hamiti was just being aggressive in the top position. One of those people you just cannot relax in the bottom position. It got a little over-aggressive there.
2-1 score.
Let's take a look at that first takedown here. Look at this drive right here. Watch your boom. Drive. And he just collapses him right there. You wouldn't think that a man with that type of range would have that type of power, but he certainly does.
Bottom and set.
The Badger to go on bottom here in this second period. Hamiti, the 2022 Big Ten Freshman of the Year, looking for his first Big Ten title after finishing 3rd last March in Lincoln. Pops to his feet.
1001, 1002, 1003.
Coming up, working the hands. Of course, Kennedy now have to work a mat return here. Goes right into a switch that really don't really get many of those good guys that are controlling your hips. Difficult to switch back into a guy that's got your hips controlled.
Yeah, what's impressed me about Kennedy this year, he's not flashy, but he's just really mentally tough. He's got a lot of upside because he's gotten better, but there's a lot of room to continue to get better. Really impressed with this young man's future.
And it's a busy weekend for the Kennedys. Let's send it to Ray Flores with more on that.
Thank you very much, Shane. Matt and Tammy Kennedy, the parents of Patrick, stayed back yesterday to watch their youngest son, Joey, compete at the Minnesota High School State Championship. Joey would finish as the runner-up They followed Pat's Day on BTN Plus. They left the arena at 11 o'clock at night. They jumped on a 6 a.m. flight. They are here in Ann Arbor supporting Patrick in his quest to try to become a Big Ten champion at 165. Shane, back to you.
Takes so much family support. Great example of that. Wrestling family, no question.
I want to ask Tammy what her favorite cocktail is riding in first class.
Hamiti 3-1, and there's a stall call on Kennedy as Hamiti looking for another takedown, and the Badgers got 2 more to extend his lead, now up 5-1.
Perfect job getting to that leg, and so we saw him basically come out the back door with a lot of his shots, and that time he went to a swing single here where the head was to the inside, went around long and anticipated there with a beautiful limp.
That range and leverage that you've talked about, Jim, is really impressive for Hamiti.
He just doesn't ever give a guy a break. You know, we were just talking about that with Kennedy. He's gotten 20% better just because of his toughness here, but the thinking and the technique and the sequence, the chain wrestling that Hamiti puts together is just the same thing. We saw that. We saw flashes of it early in his career. Really came on at the end of his first season. This is really becoming an art.
Nice work here from Kennedy. Looking to tack on 2, and he's got it. I believe they gave him the escape and the takedown.
That makes it 5-4.
And that happens inside 30 seconds. All of a sudden, this match, momentum to the Hawkeye Kennedy as Hamiti skips away, back up by 2.
No break right there. He may have got it. These guys are going at it. How do you like this last 30 seconds of wrestling? Let's take a look at this beautiful Kennedy takedown driving through. And again, if you got a guy that's long and rangy like that, if you can control the hips, you win.
Tammy, that brings her to her feet. Pretty cool to see 2 sons, one in the state final last night, another the next day in a Big Ten final. Early third period, Kennedy starting on bottom. That return there by Hamiti as he takes riding time over 30 seconds and rocks him back.
No point, and you see the official kind of took the long way around there. He didn't have him past 45 there for long enough, but that's how dangerous he is. If you put any pressure back into him right now, you better be sure what you're doing because he will suck you back, take you to your back.
10 seconds
coming up on a minute. Scoops up that near ankle.
Yeah, and this is where he's really good at cradles.
Gets that left wrist.
Yeah, great position for him now. He brings it into a chicken wing right there, bar arm.
And when you've got a whole body ride and you're as long as Hamiti is, you really stretch out.
Yeah, good call to the hammerlock. Hammerlock got a little high.
Dean's parents, Dean and Mary. In the Badger section.
Same good starts. Bottom man set, covered.
Dean Hamiti off the whistle, puts that claw right in.
Yeah, he's going to keep his foot on the gas in the top position right now. Right there, sucking him back right there. And he improves every time he gets this guy to roll back like that. Now he puts the leg in with that, slams him down. Kennedy's got an opportunity to square up.
Get an escape. Yep.
And that riding time, though, guys, is locked up.
So the takedown and ride would take it to overtime.
30 seconds left. Kennedy needs to get to his offense.
Oh,
nice goal behind.
Look at that hip brick wall that he just hit.
Guys, that's from all the riding there. You know, it's a hard ride there, making Kennedy work and just the misdirection, making him think a little bit. Measured that shot. Kennedy has to do something there. Read really well.
What an effort by both these guys.
Wisconsin with Big Ten champions in back-to-back years. With the riding time, it'll be a 9-6 decision. Dean Hamiti, your Big Ten champ at 165 pounds.
Your champion at 165 from Wisconsin, Dean Hamiti.
These two meeting for the third time. They met at the 2021 Big Ten Championships, 3-1 in sudden victory for Starocci. And then last year at the NCAAs, Starocci widened the gap 6-1, but TJ, that's a long time ago.
That is a long time ago. They're both different wrestlers. They're both better. Labriola, undefeated. You saw how quick Starocci got in on a shot, but it was a kind of a false start. So it gives Labriola a little understanding of what's going on out there.
And Jim, for Labriola, a 174-pounder, this guy can scramble with the best in the country any weight class.
He looks like a 125-pounder out there. When you get on his leg, he has the ability like almost a Sammy Sasso over all the 25-pounders that face the shoelace position. He usually ends up on top. But this is a different guy in Carter Starocci. I think both these guys walk into this match more confident, because I don't think you can be any more confident than what Carter Starocci is here. He's a guy that, you know, I don't know if you can get him out of his pace. And he does a great job of getting to a single leg and finish, and he has that type of strength that it's really difficult to get him in scramble situations, and he just methodically finishes and scores.
Starocci, Jim, runs on a 35-gallon confidence tank, and you can't fit another drop. He's got that swagger, and wide out, he backs it up.
Yeah, he does, because I think he's one of the most competitive guys I've ever seen out there. He just oozes it. So it's going to be a tough battle for Labriola. How can he go ahead and do what he needs to do to win a Big Ten championship?
I think a takedown is really important for more for Labriola than Starocci. The first takedown is really important for Labriola, and here comes Starocci in on that leg.
Yep, in on the leg, but you know how he seals his chest to that leg right there, gets right up to his feet. Now he's shelved it up high. It's a finished position here, right in the middle of the mat. Not going to be able to go ahead and get that far kick because that flexibility of Labriola on display.
Yeah, he's really good here.
See how he's pushing the head away, but then he drives back in, and it's just like a lot of guys that you're starting to see do this. They call that a fleeing the mat call right there.
Warning stall.
Yeah, it's a stall call on Labriola, but again, great defense from Labriola to keep it 0-0, and he'll take that call. And now he's with a leg attack.
Yeah, the shallow leg attack there. Really didn't get to it, but pick there. But that was a tremendous opportunity for Starocci to be able to score right there.
That was a missed opportunity for Starocci. Had that treetop single leg, but credit Labriola. Is really tough to score on. Really tough. No score, 35 seconds here in the first.
But it did surprise me how easy Starocci was able to get to that leg this early in the match.
Starocci comes in winning 46 straights into the underhooks.
Fast-moving first period, only 20 seconds.
Starocci, the 2021 Big Ten Freshman of the Year, as they wrestle on the edge in short time.
A lot of half-shot attempts. Oh, misdirection right there. Gets to a leg again.
Final seconds. Starocci looking to put two on the board. No takedown, and time expires in the first.
That was close.
Yeah. I saw the Penn State trainer get the brick. He used his foot to get the brick out. Okay, look at this. Comes out. Watch the Penn State trainer's foot right there. I don't care about the action. He just kicked that brick out, so if they wanted to get it, it'd be a little bit easier. Watch him reach down to kick this little thing out there.
Hey,
that was classic.
He's been there a long time.
Yeah,
he knows.
Forget the gentleman's name, but you know that was a pro move right there.
Here's Labriola out of Easton, Pennsylvania. Bethlehem Catholic, couple-time state champ. He'll start on bottom in that white Nebraska singlet here, second period. And this is where Starocci, that top position, so good at riding. He'll get that near ankle and ride you like a leech.
Yeah, keeping a lot of weight on the hands of Labriola. And when he does that, he has to break the grip, all right? So now he's scooping out, trying to get a little wider. Labriola keeping good position there, looking to basically cover fingers and move, right?
we're out, no change.
Good sequence there
Still
for
down.
Starocci. 33-second ride.
Starocci's last loss, the 2021 Big Ten Finals, fell to Michael Kemmerer of Iowa at Penn State. And, of course, 2 weeks later, beat the Hawkeye to win the national title.
Watch the first move of Starocci here. See what he does on his breakdown. Comes up high, comes up the side there. Spiral ride going hard, collapsing him down. See that right knee coming in, trying to go to the thigh, spread him out a little bit.
Riding time
is what's
at 50 seconds.
And what Labriola is trying to do is cover those fingers right there. But, you know, if he comes all the way across his waist to get it, he knows that that right hand of Starocci's right there to pick up his wrists. Right there. See, it's that little cat and mouse game right there. Bear hug situation. He broke the grip.
And he's got the escape.
And now escape to Labriola.
He gave the one.
He gave the one. I think he broke the grip on the back side out of it. I think that grip was split, and it was right there in front of Kale's and Casey. So,
and every second matters. The riding time at 1:05. You figure Starocci, well, may or may not go on bottom.
Yeah, I was going to say, but it's manageable. Labriola's got to get that takedown.
yeah, you're not going to be a Big Ten champion unless you can ride a guy for at least 5 seconds. Constant forward pressure now here by Starocci. You've seen him be able to get to a leg a couple of times.
We know how good Starocci is
Right
on his
there.
feet, how tough he is to score on. He's in on the legs of Labriola's got both
got
those
both of
legs
them.
tied up, and there's a takedown.
Oh, wow. That was just sweet, just the way he went at that. You can tell he was on, just a stalk. He just stalked him right there. Labriola tried to circle back out. It was met with a double leg, and when you get a double leg like that, there's no scramble getting out of it. It's just
A short time takedown and a ride out in the seconds.
Let's take a look at this takedown. Watch, comes out and goes right into that double leg right there. There's no cut in the corner on it. Knocks him down to both cheeks and secures the leg. Just excellent work. I'm just always thinking offense.
Second caution. Hey, next one's a point.
Caution on Labriola.
Red cover.
I got confused before. I thought it was 1-0 the other way.
One green.
So
neutral.
now with that escape, 3-1. Starocci up by 2. He's got that riding time over a minute. You said it before, TJ's got to get to his
Fingers,
offense,
guys,
get a
off the
takedown.
fingers.
Yeah,
Clear
he's
'em.
got to be able to get to the legs, and he has not been able to do it. He hasn't been able to solve the puzzle of Starocci in 3 matches so far.
Stop.
So like I
Hey,
said, he's
off
got
the
to win over
fingers.
Mackay
You guys are
Lewis,
staying there too
another
long.
national champion, but hasn't been able to do it against Starocci.
So far, Tim, I think he's had a hard time getting out of the collar tie right here. See
Yeah.
that left-handed collar right there? He's having a hard time getting out of that and getting to his office, and now clears out of it, maybe thinking about operating from space and taking a shot. Now the collar's on the right side.
Starocci looking to become the 3rd Nittany Lion to capture a Big Ten crown here in Michigan.
See the half shots, the little angle there created because he's been able to control Labriola's head. That's been the difference in this match. That's what's gotten him to this
Action,
point.
gentlemen.
And you talked about it, Jim. I mean, he's just offense, looking to score all
Good
the time,
start, good
moving
start,
forward.
Yeah, I agree with you, but now he's holding a lead, it's like I'm going to get quick angles and I'm going to reach. I'm not going to go ahead and totally. He's looking for a snap shot, not necessarily a good deep shot. But look at the head control right there. Inside collar tie. Labriola doesn't really have any way to get out of that. Now he comes to the right-hand collar. He's
Counter-attacking on a single leg.
look at him straighten that bottom leg out. He's going to work that bottom leg, right? Knows full well he's burning some clock here as well. As long as he keeps that bottom leg right there, elbow deep, looking for that neutral danger call. What a great way to run out the clock.
Run. No, nothing.
Carter
Danger
Starocci
run.
will make it
Danger.
3 for 3 for Penn State as he hooks that leg, pops his head out,
Two green,
tacks
two.
on 2 more. And with the riding time, it'll be a 6-1 decision. Carter Starocci going to take home his 2nd Big Ten title. Workmanlike.
No doubt
for
about it.
Starocci.
That was impressive, guys. Physical match.
Kaleb Romero, he's used to winning tough matches and being in tough matches. Given Brooks some tough matches before, but can't break the code.
They had a good match early February, 3-2 in the dual meet, won by the Nittany Lion. Last year at the NCAAs, Brooks with a major decision, 13-2, so those 2 matches looked a whole lot different.
But I think if you're Romero, you wanted that path to victory there, those 1-point tough matches is exactly what you want to have going into wrestling Aaron Brooks. Just He doesn't get pushed around very much. Good scrambler. He's got a good shot of his own. He's explosive.
You know, Sasso and Romero in the finals. Ohio State up in 3rd place. Tom Ryan doing a good job this year. They've had an up and down year. And
look at how Brooks just stalks.
Right.
Gets in that wide square stance. He doesn't let you circle back in the mat. He wants to go ahead and get you the edge.
Center.
And probably one of the best finishers on the edge in the country. Right there, that ankle
look
pick.
at that ankle pick from Brooks. Did he have enough room? They say out of bounds.
Yeah, the hand went out.
Right here.
Take a look at the right hand of, right there, that right hand goes off the mat. Anytime that hand goes off the surface there, stop it.
Where do you think you learned that from, Jim? That was pretty on the edge from Brooks.
Talk about the room of Penn State. You start with Coach Sanderson.
Those ankle picks he had. Highlight film material. No score, 140 here in the first.
Right there, just driving back through. You know, what leg do you put forward if you're wrestling Aaron Brooks? I mean,
Aaron Brooks, maybe the best combination of speed and power in the country.
He just really moves so, you know, laterally forward, and then, like Jim just said, he worked ahead, dropped down to that ankle. Really, he was faking. He works from space. He controls his ties.
Brooks, Big Ten runner-up last year in Lincoln after winning 2 Big Ten crowns. Fell to Miles Amina, Michigan, then avenged that loss to win his 2nd national title in Detroit. He'll give the escape, 2-1 score with just over a minute left in the first. Just so fluid,
Center.
floats.
he stocks, and he just basically just wide square stance, lowers his level, wants to get his hands on you, gonna slough you off a little bit, drop down, watch this elbow tie right into a shot.
Constant pressure moving forward from Brooks.
Oh, he's whipped him over right there, trying to come back to the go behind right there.
Pushing down on the head of Romero. Romero had the wrist and out of bounds.
Gentlemen.
You know, we've talked about Romero's story. I love it. I think he's been a leader on Ohio State's team. He led his high school team to a state championship in football, the only one they've had as a quarterback, and has been such a stalwart leader for Ohio State.
Yeah, he's a 4-time champion on the mat, all-state quarterback, class salutatorian. When you got it, Tim, you got it.
Been a captain for Tom Ryan on the team. He and Ethan Smith, a couple of seniors that have brought so much to the program.
2-1 to the second period. Check out these fakes, Jim.
Yeah, take a look at this. He goes one direction, that ankle, then comes back, right? Same collar tie there, switches it up, all right? Wrist, and then the other side. That's what I'm saying. Which leg do you put forward? It's a guessing game on your part as to how you want to get comfortable. And in that situation, he was even in a square stance able to get to the low ankle. So he went one direction, came back to the other. Beautiful wrestling.
The 2020 Big Ten Freshman of the Year, Brooks starts on bottom, gets that quick escape.
Center.
The Nittany Lions as a team have wrapped up the title. Iowa in second place. Penn State's first Big Ten title since 2019. Of course, they've won 9 of the last 11 NCAA tournaments. The other 2 won by Ohio State in 2015 and Iowa in 2020.
And to put this performance into perspective, they've only had 6 in the finals once before, 2019. They won 4. There's been another takedown. In 2011, they went 5 for 5, so they've had 5 champs. If they sweep today, they'll set their program record for 6 Big Ten titles.
And that's been done 6 times. Iowa's done it 5 times. It was first done by Michigan State in 1969. Iowa most recently with 6 in 1995. So safe to say, TJ, Penn State, pretty good at wrestling. It's incredible. Brooks controlling this matchup 5-1. Kaleb Romero, a 2-time All-American. As you said, TJ, one of the great staples for Penn State, or for Ohio State, rather.
And they really make you earn your escape. And I respect that. You know, if guys don't have the techniques to be able to go ahead and handle this, they just You really see that from Brooks and Starocci, and I think that's going to bleed over into other young people there. You know, just kind of like Zane Rutherford. You know, Zane Rutherford didn't give anybody any escapes. David Taylor.
Score a lot of points.
Well, I think you're both right there, and Penn State has, as a team, bought into the wide being a game changer for them.
Riding time over 90 seconds.
What do you want, bud?
Of course, not just riding, they do a nice job of stretching them out on the top wrestling is so hard, looking for the turns.
Don't move. On top.
It really depends on what the situation is, right? With Penn State, whatever the game plan is, they're able to execute it.
Yeah, and I think it goes beyond that, guys. I really got a kick out of the observation watching Aaron Brooks after he got beat this year by Marcus Coleman. He was pinned in a kind of a roll-through situation. Brooks was 9-7. Excuse me, not pinned, but on his back there for quite a time at 9-7. But if you looked at his body language in the last 15 seconds of the match, he was doing everything he could to get back in the match. And somebody asked me one time, and said, hey, it will take him a long time to get over it. I think he was over it by the time he got out of the circle. I mean, he doesn't put that type of pressure on himself. I really respect what I see from him, the young man in this sport. And he's going to be a tremendous leader in the sport. I think he's going to have a long career at next level.
He speaks about it all the time. His faith is super important. Wrestling is what he does, but that's not his identity.
Not his identity, which allows you to be fearlessly free. Okay, that's what these guys are. When they know that their identity isn't in wrestling, it's not who they are, it's what they do. And what they do says a lot about who they are.
Brooks up by 5 here in this third period.
Out of bounds.
Looking to get back atop the podium at the Big Ten Championships.
And what's beautiful about that, what you guys just talked about, what we mentioned here, is that sometimes you got to show the world that really is you. And losing that match 9-7, came back and he had a lot of really positive comments. His family gave him a lot of support on it and complimented Marcus Coleman for the nice win.
Brooks working on another major decision. He has dominated here in Ann Arbor. Riding time locked up. At the moment, he's in line for that major decision, up by 8 with 25 seconds. When he won his first title, he beat Cam Caffey in Michigan State, then beat Taylor Venz. Taylor Venz in Nebraska beat him in a dual meet.
Well, you know what? You always remember the really good guys that you beat. They may forget it, but you don't.
I drop that in conversation frequently. Taylor Venz, we talked about it a little bit earlier with all that Nebraska lost. They lost Taylor Venz, they lost Eric Schultz, they lost Christian Lance, they lost Chad Redd. And what a job by Mark Manning in Nebraska this season. So Aaron Brooks.
And the riding time point.
All bonus point victories.
2 as a final score.
To another Big Ten championship.
Your champion at 184 pounds from Penn State.
Third Big Ten title for Aaron Brooks. His amazing career continues.
Yeah, they both go about it a little different way. Max Dean just knows how to win, knows how to get that hand raised, and he does most of the time. Allred, man, he is explosive. He's really, really exciting to watch.
And Jim, for Max Dean, every time you watch him, you refer to his old coach strength.
Yeah, he's got all the tricks of an old coach. He's got that old man strength too. So he's got all that going for him, and he's been fun to watch. The guy that came here from Cornell was an NCAA finalist. Of course, last year, winning in a balanced weight class, having that tight overtime match here, close overtime match here with Jacob Warner. They win a 3-1 battle here in this one. But can you guys imagine, speaking of Allred, what those practice room matches are like with Lenny Pinto, is Ray just said Lenny the Pinner Pinto, all right? And Allred. I mean, they must be flying all over but they have to give these guys maybe 1/3 of the Nebraska room just to give them room to throw each other around.
No score after 1 minute. You talked about Dean and that runner-up finish. That was down at 184 in 2019. Fell to Drew Foster of UNI in that final.
I think it's a good point what you said about 184. I think he's a 184-pounder competing and a national champion at 197. He's not going to be in the lineup for Penn State at 184. Very, very impressive by Dean being at this weight class, because almost everyone he wrestles looks bigger than him.
But again, he never
He's
gets
so
pushed
strong.
around.
No,
He
no,
never
no.
gets pushed
Yes,
around.
right.
He's the one that goes out there and is attacking and gets to the leg and just those, like I said, those tricks and the way he's able to dominate guys in the top position, being maybe a little bit undersized.
Here's Allred with a leg attack.
Gets to it. There, look at the left leg of Dean, basically running up against the tricep right there. He's going to try to kick himself out of that position.
Kicked one leg out, got the other one trapped.
Yeah, now he comes back, and you've seen a lot of this from the Penn State wrestlers there, okay? They'll put back pressure back into the guy. All right, he's got his right leg trapped underneath. He's going to try to swish her and slide that leg underneath, gets the call. But I don't know how many times in this tournament I've seen that position where the Penn State wrestlers will have the guys, both of his legs up in the air, pushing back and getting that neutral danger count.
I'll tell you why Max Dean doesn't get pushed around. Big brother Gabe Dean, two-time national champion at Cornell. I'm sure he took his fair share of beatings in the living room growing up. Paying off now as a college wrestler. Three-time All-American Max Dean, ranked third in the country. Here's nice attack here from Allred. Corrals the legs and gets the takedown with
Really
30 seconds
nice
left in
low
the first.
attack there. Good reach and got those two legs, got him low, got the 2 points.
Quick escape, though. Now that puts the pressure on Dean to try to score here. Late, short time, 17 seconds.
If you're Allred there, you want to finish that period on top. You're a little bit surprised he wasn't more committed to the ride.
He should have slowly moved up. Maybe giving yourself a chance, even if you get called there. But hey, like Tim said, it's a beautiful shot. Look at his chest; it's almost like 6 inches off the mat. Right, watch to come down here. Boom, down there, finishing that move. Look at that range, moving 3 or 4 feet down below the knees at the ankles. And how do you like the frosted look here of Coach Mazing?
I mean, you were out with the Silver Fox, Joe McFarland, earlier this week. Yeah, but can he become the Silver Fox too, or is he the frosted one?
Yeah, that would be in good companies with the Silver Fox, but Fox is a little more groomed. Those are just flowing locks right there.
Still red.
Allred able to ride the first 17 seconds in this period.
Yeah, I think this is really important. If he can go ahead and get to a little bit over a minute, takes a little pressure off in the down position if he goes down, and of course that's assuming no significant scoring the rest of the period on the feet.
Allred from Anderson, Indiana. Shenandoah High School, was a two-time state champion, and there's the escape.
Again, one more time, cover the fingers. All right, cover the fingers. And I think it's best to do that on the opposite side of the head. A lot of guys will try to cover the fingers on the inside part of the head, and you kind of battle that. It's a lot easier to isolate. Cover the fingers, get your feet moving.
First meeting between these two guys.
Really like the way Allred's down blocking here. See how he's automatically going down? Look at that explosion of that right leg, getting it back.
Center.
60 seconds left in the second period. Allred with an escape. Dean, or Allred with a takedown. Dean with a pair of escapes. Here's Allred again.
Switching to a double.
Takedown, and he's got it.
Yeah, great job of switching to that double there off of that shot.
Silas Allred, 2 takedowns on Max Dean.
Now another mat return. Nope, he doesn't get it. Right? He doesn't get that riding time over 40. It's only at 49 seconds now.
That's great execution here at 197.
But if you can get 2 takedowns like that, you got to feel pretty comfortable on your feet. So only scoring here from Dean has been the 3 escapes.
Final 20 seconds in this 197-pound final.
Shane, Allred doesn't have to go down now, right? And we've seen how tough Dean has been in the top position. So that takedown right there gives him choices.
Final seconds. It's a 1-point match to the third. Nebraska's had 2 Big Ten champions. One of those is in the corner. That's Robert Kokesh, the last to win the Big Tens.
And he's looking back at Mark Manning. They had a real debate there going on in the corner about what the strategy would be if they're going to go neutral or not. And they decided to go neutral. I think it's a good call. Yeah.
I mean, we've seen Dean in these kind of matches ride somebody the entire period. We saw it against Brucky in Michigan last year. Rode him the entire third and then won in sudden victory.
Yeah, if he would have rode him the entire period, then that would have been a tie match at that point. But look at the aggressiveness of Allred here.
Yeah, no reason to go away from what's got you here. What got you here is what you got to stay with. Allred there. It's a great call by Travell and Kokish in the corner there, and Allred was just following his coaches.
Yeah, they were, believe me, they were consulting with Mark Manning, who's standing right behind the corner.
And these are important decisions. Match tactics, very important.
Exactly, and so look at Allred here now with the down blocking. You know, and now Dean has to come a little harder at him, a little more forward pressure. Right, he's going to try to get Allred to make a false step right there, see if he can pick up on a shot. Right there, kind of a waving at a single leg there. I've been impressed with now Allred coming back into that shot, coming out the back door, switches off to a double one more time. He doesn't have to say he's committed to it, but controls the real estate there, get to the edge. Control the clock, going elbow deep around that bottom ankle.
Inside 50 seconds. And look at Dean now, the advantageous position. He's got a single leg and we're out of bounds.
Yeah, boy, they've had trouble. It's been nice to have another strip of mat out there, an opportunity for Dean to be able to score, but now down blocking here. No stall warnings.
Call up Matt Gilbert, get some more Resolites. Shot here from Dean into those hips, right into the chest of Allred.
Look at the ankle pick. I think that ankle pick is there for Allred. See if he gets it. Steps into it. Now he's looking to conserve the lead.
Allred has not been hit with stalling yet, and he's in on a leg, puts him on a hip.
Yeah, you just saw that coming here. Dean was able to was walking into that. Now Allred got to get a little bit tighter. Look at Dean. He looks like he may get out of this.
Yes, he's slipping it.
Just at the right time, Allred turns back into it with the back pressure. He's going to win it.
Mark Manning ecstatic. Nebraska, a Big Ten champion, the 2 seed, Silas Allred.
I don't think that we can give Travell Delagnoff enough credit about what he's done for this Nebraska program and getting these guys into the championships and helping this upperweight guy win.
Physical, mental, the whole package, Jim.
Yep.
3 takedowns for Silas Allred to beat Max Dean of Penn State. Here's that last takedown.
Again, what we've seen from these champions, all right, they look for offense, okay? You could have just gone off the mat and all that. Well, get what they did. He attacked Dean, got in below the knee, made the finish at the right time. Didn't try to go off the mat. And look at this Nebraska corner.
Going to be a lot better ride home. 5 in the finals. The last one, a champion beating a national champion. Travell Delagnev, assistant coach.
One of the top-rated heavyweights, and this is an interesting matchup, Shane, because I love what Kerkvliet's doing right there. He likes to go ahead, tie up wrists, and get to a little corner there and shoot below the knees. He's got good single legs and gets to a corner really well. Has been a good finisher on Parris in the past. And then Parris is, I think, what he went a little more strategic the last time they met, where he pushed the pace a little bit, pushed the upper body ties, had forward pressure on him, and really forced Greg into a few, ill-advised shots and got a quick go behind, and that was really the difference in the match. So there it is, fireman's carry. Beautiful job right there. That looked like Colin Moore.
And way to get the crowd into it, of course. Most of the crowd still in their seats for this match right here.
I think about the best moves of this tournament. Levi, Haines stands out. That one doesn't take a second seat to anything. No Unbelievable. Way. This is at heavyweight, guys. Am I seeing this right? Is my mind playing some tricks on me here in Ann Arbor?
That was just a beautiful finish on that fireman's carry, and that's what he's able to do, and we mentioned that in the open. But you know what? You get that first takedown like this, now you come back to the center of the mat, you exhale a little bit, you're a little bit more relaxed, and you put a little bit more pressure on Kerkvliet here to get out quickly.
The NCAA just came out with their most dominant, and Parris is number 2 behind Wyatt Hendrickson for the Air Force Academy. And
the pinning machine under Sam Barber.
Yeah, and so Parris right up there is the number 2 most dominant wrestler in the nation.
These are beautiful breakdowns, guys. Look at the detail here going on. Right there, nice back pressure there by Kerkvliet. Going to go ahead and try to cover the fingers, drops his hips a little bit. That's the way you do it. That's the way you turn into a man. Drop the hips, drop the bottom out of your stance right there, then make the turn.
Seen some great wrestling from both these guys. There's a stall call on Parris. That brings assistant coach Kevin Jackson out of his chair. 2-1 match. Riding time at 48 seconds for Parris, 1:15 here in this first period. Parris in front of his home fans, the only Wolverine to make these finals.
KJ still has some quicks out of their corner. He got out quickly, walked all the way to the center line there. Olympic champion.
Yeah, one of the best. Been a great coach for USA Wrestling. Speaking of USA Wrestling, Rich Bender, the president, also being inducted into the National Wrestling Hall of Fame in June. What an era for USA Wrestling freestyle we've had in the last few years.
Wow, nice little drag there. Normally, Kerkvliet, when he gets that right hand wrist, the left wrist of Parris tied up, he's using it right there. He goes that wrist tie up right there. He likes to get on his offense.
There's 25 ticks in this first period on the scoreboard. Kerkvliet has that right wrist. Tie is cleared.
You can hear that Kevin Jackson in the corner, basically, when that wrist was tied up, he was expecting Kerkvliet to come in that situation. He's going to go ahead and hit that shot.
Hey, I got a question for you two guys. Do you think that these two and Cassiope, go ahead, Jim.
Yeah, let's take a look at that takedown here. But look at the finish. This looks like Colin Moore right here. Right here, look at that finish right there without the leg. Colin Moore, the first team All-American there for Ohio State, there drops his hips and puts his hands on the mat. I love that, what I saw right there. Didn't worry about fighting the hands and staying on his feet. Drop the bottom out of your stance, make the turn.
Kerkvliet to his feet. Parris looking to return him.
Almost into our lap.
Your back
was to me.
Yeah. What are you talking about, Shane? You're the guy that jumped Micah Parsons, right? you went in for a bear hug, and I had to save you, man.
Okay, that had something to do with my question. Could these two play for their football teams at Penn State and Michigan?
If I was the head coach, I'd find a place for him.
I would too.
2-2 match. Kerkvliet tying things up with a pair of escapes. 30 seconds has passed during the second period.
Well, to answer your question, we had a young man in the state of Iowa win a state championship at 195, and the next day he had 35 offers from football scholarships.
And
Mason Parris from Lawrenceburg, Indiana, won 3 Indiana state titles. Of course, Kerkvliet wrestled for Will Short at Simile High School, Minnesota. He won 4 titles. A couple of great heavyweights. We've seen some fantastic talent at this weight class the last decade or so. Of course, Gable Steveson, the Olympic champion, leading the way. 45 seconds in a 2-2 match.
Right. When is Kerkvliet going to change his vision? Say a little high right now. What's he focusing on? That tie up right there. That's the tie he likes to go off of, and basically Parris is comfortable in that position.
Kerkvliet looking to become the 5th Nittany Lion to win a Big Ten title. Penn State as a team winning here in Michigan, their first Big Ten title since 2019.
Penn State won 5 in 2011. Of course, Iowa, the all-time record with 9 championships out of 10 in 1983.
Mason's parents, Shay, his mother, and Mark. There's his mom peeking out. Mason Parris looking to break through and win a Big Ten title. Wow. Nice work on the bottom. And he's got the escape to go out in front 3-2. However, Kerkvliet at least brought that riding time under a minute.
It's close, but I tell you what, both these, you can tell how much athletic ability both these guys are, but what they did in the bottom position to be able to get out. Excellent techniques.
That shot there from the Wolverine.
Yeah, and he's not backing down anyway, not playing the edge. He's holding on to the center of the mat, making his fakes.
No stall calls.
Right there, straight on shot. Here's the go behind action, and well reacted to. But you know, most guys get that, all right? You get to 90 degrees on a guy. They usually don't have the athletic ability to stop that. And Kerkvliet, good back pressure, gets his ankles out. That's well done. keeps him alive in this match.
Just 1 minute left in regulation.
And Kerkvliet beat Parris 3 times last year. It makes it even more impressive what Parris is doing this year, because Kerkvliet is better this year as well.
Hard to believe, TJ. Big Ten's 2021, 11-3 major decision for Parris. As you said, Kerkvliet, all 3 of them last year before Parris wins 3-1 in the duel this season. There goes Kerkvliet, but right into those hips of Parris.
Yeah, but he's not coming back up with that. I think the left wrist here tied up there. You see Parris with his right arm tying up the wrist. That really stalled Kerkvliet in that position.
We are down to 25 seconds. Michigan fans making some noise here in Chrysler Arena. There's a stall call on Parris. And a point for Kerkvliet. I forgot Parris got that stall call early on. That's right. So it's 3-3.
We are tied at 3. Riding time not a factor.
Shot here from Kerkvliet, and this one at heavyweight is going to sudden victory in that Michigan corner. Not real thrilled about that call. There you see Shay and Mark. Mom and Dad not too happy. We're back center of the mats.
Inside collar tie for Parris. In this situation, let's see if he comes back to that inside tie, tries to get to it. Kerkvliet kind of collecting himself a little bit. He had to do quite a bit of shooting in that early part of that match, or later part of that match, so kind of reached at that last shot.
Believe that is the Let's Go Blue chants. The Amin started the chants. Another shot here from Kerkvliet. Parris going to look for the go behind.
You got to be careful like this. If you try to go around too high, Kerkvliet might shoot back in.
Trying to beat that right shoulder.
He drives him over.
And there's the takedown. Mason Parris. Third time is a charm. He's a Big Ten champion.
Michigan's Mason Parris.
Shane, it just ended up being a better way to win it. That stall call ended up giving Parris a better way to win the match.
Like a bulldozer.
Yeah.
And he just plowed right through. And here is the takedown that won him his first Big Ten title.
I said you don't want to go over too high, but watch him drop his hips right there. Right there, drop your hips. And now he bowls him over right there when Kerkvliet comes up a little bit to get to his feet. Really well done.
Look at that smile on the face of the big man. The corner, they're into it.